Hey, yo, what's good? So this is a new series where I speak about current events and see how it correlates with the businesses that I run. One of them being the cargo van logistics, the other one being personal finances. Now, the concept of this video was made possible by EQIQ Equalizer. Hey man, these guys are helping me combine cultural relevance with business intelligence. So let's get to it. Luka getting traded to the Lakers shocked the sports world, especially since he wanted to stay. In business, loyalty versus opportunity is a big debate too. Do you think the Mavs made the right move? And how do you personally approach tough business decisions that impact long-term growth? Well, as far as the Mavs, only time will tell if they made the right decision. I mean, if they win the championship in the short term, the risk will be deemed successful, right? However, if they don't win the championship, of course the risk will be deemed as a failure because now you have no one to build with long term. As far as business, me personally, I am a short term thinker, so I tend to make decisions that's going to impact the now. I'm still working on my long term growth strategies. Luka and LeBron playing together is a basketball dream. From a leadership perspective, LeBron is known for making his teammates better. Do you think Luka will adapt his game, or do you see potential friction? And in your business, how do you balance leadership with collaboration? Well, I say Luka gonna adapt to LeBron off the court more than anything. I mean, being able to see firsthand how his favorite player trains, prepares his mind and body for the game, his studying habits, being able to pick his brain, and ultimately just the bonding aspect, period. This connection will allow Luka and LeBron to feed off each other's strengths. I would like to think this is also equivalent in business because if I'm a leader, I'm going to lead by example. And when it's time to collaborate, I'm going to give my partner and my team all the resources and knowledge I have. I'm going to allow them to do the same thing. And then we're going to just keep building from there. The Mavericks invested years into Luka, and now they have to pivot fast. In business, losing a key asset or deal can force the same kind of pivot. Have you ever had to quickly shift directions in your business? And what's your philosophy on bouncing back from setbacks? Hey, you gotta bounce back. I'm gonna tell you like this. You're gonna have to shift directions all the time. For example, man, I've had very lucrative contracts come to a complete halt after several weeks or months of consistent work. That thing just stopped, making me have to strategize on how I can replace that income. My philosophy has always been when one door closes, another one is going to open. You just got to be willing to knock. This can also mean just keep pressing forward because nothing happens to you, it always happens for you. That's only if you believe that. Luka's first game as a Laker was must-watch TV. Some players thrive under pressure, others struggle. As an entrepreneur, do you believe pressure builds greatness, or do you think preparation is what really makes the difference? That's a good question. Hey, I'm not gonna lie. I think preparation is key. A pressurized situation without preparation will. Hold on. I say a pressurized situation without preparation will leave you relying on luck in most cases. Sometimes you'll get away with it, but other times you will fail miserably. Trust me. When preparing, it doesn't matter if it's pressure or not. At least you'll have some type of foundation that can guide you to the finish line. I always ask this: are you ready or are you prepared? Everybody's ready to become a millionaire, but are you really prepared to do the things that's necessary so when that opportunity presents itself, you can take full advantage of it versus wishing you was prepared? So with Luca in LA now, the whole Western Conference dynamic has changed overnight. In business, sometimes one competitor making a big move forces you to adjust your own strategy. Have you ever had to rethink your approach because of an industry shift? Man, listen, when the market is accepting a certain price range for services, I've had to really decide, do I conform and change my prices? Or do I be competitive and try to get up in the mix? I've tried my hand at both. A lot of times I end up just adjusting my price model just to be competitive. This has forced me to not get comfortable with opportunities though. Instead of just being all content that I got some, now I'm always continuously searching for new ones. Even if things are going good, I know what it feel like when they going bad. So I stay on the prowl, I stay on the grind, I stay looking for new opportunities. Some trades take years before we really know who won. In business, people sometimes jump into deals without seeing the long term consequences. When you're making a big decision, whether a partnership, an investment, or expansion, how do you ensure you're thinking long term?
Well, like I say earlier, man, I'm still working on my long-term strategy with a lot of different things because I'm so quick to jump in. But I will tell you this too. Before I do jump in, I am looking at exit strategies. I am looking at if this fails, what else can I do? How can I get myself out of it? So I'll tell you this, working the finances backwards, aka if this investment is this much, how many products or services will I need to sell to break even or gain a profit? Or how much will I need to earn per day, per week, or per month to break even or see a profit? If this investment fails, how can I rebound? Asking myself these questions allows me to see the bigger picture with more clarity. Like I say, just because I'm looking at it this way, it doesn't always equal success, but it is mitigating my risk.
All right, tell me this. If you were in charge of the Mavericks, would you have done anything differently to keep Luka? And from a business perspective, how do you decide when to invest in long term growth versus cutting your losses and moving on?
Man, I'm gonna tell you like this. It's a lot of he say, she say going on with that situation. I would love to know what the actual reasoning is for ownership to just cut ties with a player like that so abruptly. I would say if I really knew the problem, I'm sure I could provide a solution. However, every problem doesn't call for solving. As far as business, I think we all need a stop loss indicator, aka if it goes past this threshold, we need to go ahead and cut our losses and move on. If I can make the numbers make sense and feel confident in my ability to achieve it, I'll invest in long-term growth. But at some point, if it's continuously going down, 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 it may be time to go ahead and cut my loss.
So, if you could sit courtside for one Lakers game this season, which matchup would it be and why? And in your business, do you think experiencing success up close, like seeing others win, actually helps fuel your own drive?
I say this, I'm not a Lakers fan. However, I would love to see the Lakers face off against the Mavs just to see if the thirst of revenge can carry Luka and the Lakers to a dominating victory. Or does that same thirst cause disruption to the team, ultimately resulting in a blown opportunity? It happens far too often. As far as business goes, I do think in the logistics industry, seeing others win when you don't have a cargo van, it will increase your desire to want to get inside this business. However, if you do have a cargo van and you are not winning, yet you see others winning, it can make you envious and potentially want to get out of the business. For me personally, it makes me look in the mirror and ask myself, what more can I do? What roads can I travel back down that led me to success in the past that I no longer embark on? See, far too often we gain success and we just start floating. Once we begin coming back down, we tend to forget what we actually did to get there in the first place. Sometimes you just need to revisit what actually got you there. On the other hand, what roads am I being led down that I'm resisting going down? AKA, if my intuition is telling me to apply for 10 companies daily, but yet I'm getting home and watching Netflix and not even opening up my laptop, then that's a problem. Or if my intuition is telling me to pay for advertisement, it may be 20 bucks, yet I'm not even willing to invest in myself, yet I go spend $20 on something so fast, quick, and meaningless.
Luka gave everything to Dallas, but now he's gone. Do you think he'll go down as a Mavericks legend, or will fans just simply move on and forget about him? And in business, how important is legacy to you? And what do you want people to remember about your business when they hear your name?
Hey, basketball first. There was a lot of uproar and even death threats thrown at the direction of the Mavs GM, so I definitely believe Luka is already a legend just for his contributions to the game alone. I mean, what it's been like 4, 5 years, something like that. So yeah, I already think the legend of Luka gonna live on forever. Now, I'll say this when it comes to business. I think legacy is very important because it's the long lasting impact that you've had, right? If you've successfully built a legacy, that means you've obtained some impactful wins along the journey. And that's really what it's all about. When it's time to hang my jersey up, did I really leave it all out there? I got to.
All right, tell me this. If you were putting together the ultimate all time basketball starting five, Who makes your list? And if you had to build the ultimate five-person business team, what qualities would each member need to have?
Mm. Well, I'm gonna tell you like this. My starting five, they gonna get ran off the court because all of my players play the same position, except for this one. And I'm gonna start with him. Kobe Bryant. Never liked bro when he actually played, but now looking back, his mentality is what propelled him to greatness. And that's admirable and it's relatable because that's what type of time I'm on right now. My next one is Allen Iverson. Small, feisty, flashy, relatable. Mike Bibby. I may be the only person in the world to put him in my top five, but there was just something about his game that I gravitated to and rooted for. Sebastian Telfair. I don't think bro had a real stellar NBA career, but he did have a DVD when he was in high school, and I used to watch that mug every day, it felt like. And LaMelo Ball. Man, when I got to LA, I was telling one of my boys, man, I don't think there's no high school phenoms out here no more, man. It's been years since I seen one. He say, have you heard of Zion? I say, nah. He say, well, look him up. He says, there's also three brothers right up the street in Chino Hills. They call them the Ball brothers. They got this one freshman named LaMelo Ball already playing on varsity, and he a dog. Went and looked him up. Been following bro journey ever since. Now, my business team, you got to be reliable. If you say you're going to do it, you got to do it to your best abilities and you got to be on time every time, bro. Professionalism, you got to look the part, talk the part, be the part. Customer service, bro, you got to respect the customer and the work that you're doing for the customer. Solution oriented, no matter the problem, you got to be willing to try to find a solution. And lastly, it's cliche, but you gotta have a positive attitude. If you're gonna do it with positive intent. I don't need no negativity around me.